Okay, so with us today are two colleagues from the IAE Business Management School in France. We are joined by Director Emmanuel Ouzé and his colleague. Please correct my pronunciation if I'm wrong. I'm terrible with pronunciation. Aucharaporn Somsing, is that right? Okay, from Thailand. And just a bit of a notice, Mr. Uze will be having a limited time with us today due to some work constraints. So without further ado, I think it's best to let you guys have the floor then.
Okay, thank you so much. I am Emmanuel Ouzé, Dean of IA Business School. I will present briefly our city, our university, our business school, and evidently the program. Let me share my screen if you don't mind. Okay, so today we'll talk about a special program at IAE Montpellier in France, MBA, Digital Business and Innovation. Uh, you may would like to know where we are. So you can look at the map. Montpellier is south of France, not so far Barcelona, not so far Nice, and it's the peaks of Montpellier city. Montpellier city, 1,000-year history, a long time ago. Brief information about our city. As I told you, more than 1,000 years history at the medieval time in France. The area Montpellier cover about 500,000 inhabitants. A lot of people are young in Montpellier, about 36% of the population under 25 years. Cosmopolitan, multicultural city, 23% of the population was born out of France. And as you can see, Montpellier is a university town. There's more than 90,000 students in Montpellier. Just believe, only 500,000 people live there. So a lot of students, as you can see. To make it short, sub-peaks of the city. To make it short, sub-peaks of the surrounding. Yes, beach are not so far, about 20 kilometers, but I am sure it's not because of that you would like to come, but because of studying. It's just interesting to know the surrounding. So now let's focus at the university. University of Montpellier is one of the most well-known university in France. You know, ranking change every year, and there's different ranking. But at the average, we are supposed to be number 6 in France. Concretely, one of the best out of Paris. This university have 17 schools, faculty, and so on. 78 research teams, high-level research at Montpellier University, many fields. A lot of students, now we have 52,000 students, and many students come from international background. 16% of our students come from international. Now, let's focus at the business school level. Our business school, inside a public university, University of Montpellier is a public university, was founded in 1956. We are part of Montpellier University, as you can guess. We welcome about 1,400 students every year, and we offer undergraduate, graduate, and postgraduate level in management and business. If you are in France and in Europe, IAE School of Management is very well known because in France, there's 38 IAE, part of different French university. We are a huge network of school of management, a huge network of business school. So the brand is very well known, and it can be also interesting for you to get this kind of diploma because of the brand. Okay, brief information concerning now the diploma. The diploma, MBA, Digital Business and Innovation. It's a one-year program that we offer at graduate level at my university, so University of Montpellier. As you may know, most of the MBA are quite general. It's management, business. Our MBA is not general. We focus mainly about digital transformation, so digital business and innovation. As you may know, now there's a lot of IT that change everything at the company and organization level. Just consider artificial intelligence. All the things we change because of that. Just understand about cloud computing. Just understand how we can change business because of that. In fact, it's exactly that we study at this MBA level. So, as you can guess, it's very trendy and useful for organization. What we need if you want to register to this diploma. As it's an MBA, we need 3 years working experience and to get at least a bachelor degree. We know that in Philippines, bachelor degree is 4-year study. It's perfect for us. You don't need to get a master before that. A bachelor degree is enough. 3-year working experience, a bachelor degree. I need to add one more thing. I know also that study in Philippines at university level is mainly in English. So as you already study in English, you no need to provide any English level or whatever, because we know that you already study full in English. This diploma is quite flexible. You can do that during 1 full year in France. So you are welcome to join us, South of France, in Montpellier. But you can also do the same program. So to get the same diploma, 100% online. So you can do that from Philippines, anywhere in Philippines, all in asynchronous mode. So it can work anytime, anywhere, evidently, including Philippines. How does it work as soon as you register? It may be not so important for you to know right now, but I prefer to tell you. The year is split into 2 semesters, and to validate the diploma, you need to validate independently the 2 semesters. I will provide you an example of the courses that you get into the 2 semesters, the next slide. Other tips that can be interesting for you. When we start, the next academic year will start, if you want to come to Montpellier, in September. We are going to set the exact date, but it will be, like usual, mid-September. And if you want to be part of the e-learning MBA, the online version, the starting point will be mid-October. We are talking about 2025, evidently. As I promised, I can share with you an example of the courses that you get during the first semester and then the second semester. You can see you get courses about general management, international business, like international business, but you get a lot of courses that focus on digital transformation, about technologies, about innovation, because that's the core part of the diploma. So that's the example of the first semester. Let me show you the second semester. Second semester is quite short concerning class, only project management and digital business. The reason why is you need to do a thesis, and thesis is really important when you are doing an MBA. Okay, and the thesis, you need to defend the thesis. You will defend the thesis at the end of the academic year. And you can defend your thesis online. There's no trouble, evidently. After that, if you decide to come to Montpellier, evidently, if you are doing online, you no need this kind of information. If you decide to come to Montpellier, and if you doesn't speak French, we understand that clearly because this program is full in English. We will provide, if you want, for free, French lesson, but for free again. So it's just one more thing to help you to get one more competencies, and it can be so useful as you will be in France. We can also provide housing at the university dormitory, and as you can see on the slide, it's not so expensive as it's only 250 to 350 euro per month. Okay, that's the main information concerning this diploma. So we try to do a short presentation to let time for your question. You may already have question. I just don't look at the question during my presentation.
Thank you, Emmanuel, for that very compact but very informative presentation. We actually have a couple of questions sent by way of the chat. If anyone else has any inquiries, don't hesitate to send them via the chat box, and we will accommodate them as soon as we can. And the first one that we received via the chat box is there is a focus on the English-taught MBA for this webinar, but the question is, does IAE Montpellier have any PhD or doctorate level offerings?
Yes, we have. University Montpellier, we have PhD possibility. In fact, for PhD, the system in France is quite original. It is not like a normal diploma that you apply like that. You need to find a professor that is agree to be your advisor. And as soon as you have a professor, you can register not at our business school level, but at the PhD school level. And it works like that for all the universities in France. So if you are interested by a PhD in France, my advice is write 2-3 pages that describe your research project and find, because of internet, the professors that work on your field and try to send them this kind of proposal. After that, if the professor is agree, he will explain you how does it work for registering. The most important thing is to find a professor. After that, it's very easy.
Okay, I hope that answers your question, Calvin, from the chat box. So it's a very different procedure. It's very dependent on finding the thesis advisor first and foremost. So we have another question sent by way of the chat box, and this is now referring to the professional experience requirement. And I actually have a follow-up question to this one. So is it, if it's required to have at least 3 years of professional experience, could I still apply if I only have 2 years worth of experience?
Okay. 2 years is talkable. But what is frankly impossible is to arrive with less than 2 years. 2 years is possible. Yes, there's 3 year expectation, and it dependently of your 2 years working experience. If the 2 year working, if during the 2 year working experience you get uh, high responsibility, good responsibility, we can accept that. It's really depending of the working experience. So we can only answer after checking all the information concerning your working experience. It's impossible to answer yes or not like that, but for sure, 2 years we can take into account. Uh, and maybe I see one more question about scholarship, isn't it?
Yes, we can tackle that after a bit, but I just have a follow-up question as well about
Okay.
the professional experience requirement. Now, that one was about the duration. My follow-up question is, if you're looking for 3 years of work, does it require you to be employed at a certain level? Let's say, do you have to be somehow in a junior or supervisor role, or can you occupy an entry-level job for 3 years and still be eligible?
That's about the same question. It depending what we name a first level job. If your first level job is to work in, I mean, to cook hamburger at McDonald's during 3 years, for sure it's not enough. I am kidding, huh? You understand that. But you need to have little bit responsibility, even if we deeply understand that you are a junior.
Okay. Thank you for that response, Emmanuel. On to the next question that you saw in the chat box. Is the university or is IAE Montpellier offering any scholarships or like funding support?
Okay. It will be my last answer, and after I will let my colleagues answer for the next one. Uh, so for the scholarship, we are public university. It means that most of the courses of the diploma I pay by university because of my country funding. Because of that, our tuition fees are very low. It means that even without any tuition fees, you pay much less at a public business school like us than at a private. So my answer when I get this kind of question is because as we are public, all of the students get automatic scholarship. The normal price of this kind of program will be at least 12 to 15,000 euro if we need to pay everything. But as we are public, you only pay 5,000, about 5,000 for the unseat in Montpellier, and about 3,500 for online. Because of our public statute, you automatically get a kind of scholarship. And evidently, we cannot provide more than that, as it's a kind of automatic scholarship, and our tuition fees are already very low.
Thank you for the transparent answer, Emmanuel. It's a very advantageous tuition fee in addition to a lower cost of living on campus and the free French classes offered by IAA Montpellier if you were to study on site. That is, I would say, a very good deal. I hope that answers your question, Alec. Thank you, Emmanuel, once again. I understand that you have to be engaged somewhere else.
Thank you so much, and I hope to see you in France or online in Montpellier in our degree. Good luck and have a nice day and nice evening also. I know it's in the evening in the Philippines. Thank you so much. Bye.
Merci beaucoup, Emmanuel. So we will be moving on to the other questions. Our colleague Aucharaporn will be responding in behalf of Emmanuel. So the next question is, how are we supposed to apply for this MBA program? Do we go through the Mon Master platform or we go through a specific university site?
Yeah, actually, there is because it's in English, so Hmong master side would be difficult. We have also the e-candidate platform that is about via the IAE. So you can contact, you can search the data on the website, and so there is a platform that is also online. That would be, we believe, that would be easier for the international students because MBA is not the only diploma in English that we have at IE. We have B, which is more focused at the bachelor level. We also have the other master that is also like the master for 2 years, like traditional French master, but all teaching in English as well. So for this kind of program, the application would be done via the e-candidates platform.
Okay, so that's I hope that answers your question, Charlie or Chari. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right. It's via the eCandida platform specific to the University of Montpellier, if I understand.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have a direct message. Um, as an African student currently living in the Philippines, are there any specific considerations or requirements that I should be aware of when I'm applying?
That might be because as Philippines is a English speaking country, so if you're not, maybe you need a requirement of an English test. I think that would be the key concern for those that didn't have a nationality. But if you come from some country that speak English, so that would not be a problem also. Okay. In IE, we accept, we are very multinational class. For example, in the other of my master that I said that there is 2 years of master, we have like 50% of the student are international. And it's the same for the MBA that we have a lot of nationalities. We have a lot of Erasmus also because our faculty have partnership with 80 universities in the world. So we have a lot of Erasmus, we have a lot of international culture, international nationalities, and our international office is very familiar to deal with difficult issues or visa demanding or something like that would be something that we know how to deal with different nationalities. So no worry for that.
Okay, so nothing to prepare about when it comes to like any cultural requirements. Really, just the English
Yeah.
proficiency, right? By way of either an IELTS or a TOEFL exam. Is that right?
Yes, yes. We even accept, I believe, TOEIC as well.
TOEIC.
So
Okay.
it's very it's very good and easy. If you have like one of those, you can use it. But
Okay.
actually, yeah, as we also have the interview question, so normally we didn't have any problem about student didn't have enough level of English proficiency.
So it's part. It's kind of part of the screening as well.
Yeah, you will listen to Frankish, the accent of French, or mine. You know that I'm from Thailand, and we have professor from different nationalities also.
It's a very multicultural
Yeah.
environment, I understand.
Yes.
So I think that was the last message in the chat box.
Mhm.
While we are waiting for a few timid souls to send a few couple of questions, I'd like to thank once again IAE Montpellier for their time for this webinar this evening in the Philippines at least. I think there's a 7 hour difference. So thank you, Alchala, and please extend our thanks once again to Director Emmanuel Uze. Now, for those who are here in this webinar, we will be sending a recording of this Zoom to all the people who signed up. And we will be sharing as well the contact details that Emmanuel flashed on screen so that if you have any follow-up questions about the program, for instance, you're curious about the PhDs offered in University of Montpellier or even the bachelor's that was mentioned, anything under the sun relevant to your program, you can reach out to our friends from IAE Montpellier. Since we don't have any more questions, thank you everyone for joining us at
Yeah.
tonight's webinar. Uh, and hopefully we see some applications go through for IAE Montpellier. But until then, merci beaucoup. Au
Yeah.
revoir.
Merci beaucoup. Thank you.
Have a good
Bye.
evening, everyone.